everyone. My name is Desiree. The evidence-based prevention program that I chose to review is the SOS Signs of Suicide student program. As the name implies, this program is to prevent suicide amongst youth by teaching students how to identify suicide and depression in themselves and others, then how to respond when either they're suicidal or their friend is suicidal. The program targets middle school and high school students. This would include students between 11 to 18 years old. The program has specially made videos and discussion guides that teach and get the students talking about depression and suicide. This program uses the ACT technique, which I will talk more about in the next slide. It has a screening tool called the Brief Screen for Adolescent Depression. There are supplemental lesson plans that can be used throughout the school year on different topics, including talking to trusted adults, identifying and building healthy coping skills, and building resilience. The program provides reinforcement materials, which includes posters, newsletters, and a website that students can access. There is additional training for faculty and staff that teaches them how to respond to students when they're presenting as suicidal. And then lastly, there are materials to inform, engage, and involve parents in the suicide prevention efforts. The materials that are included with the program are like some slides for the school to use at a parent night, short videos on topics that are specific to parents, consent letters for students to participate in the program, and then a website for parents to access as well. So ACT stands for Acknowledge, Care, and Tell. Through this technique, students are shown how to respond and behave when they suspect that their friend is suicidal. So they are taught how to acknowledge to their friend that they have noticed that they're struggling, how to show their friend that they care, and then it also tells them to tell a trusted adult and not keep it between them and their friend, because that's not something that should be kept a secret. This is the screening form. Some of the questions that the screening form asks is if the student has ever attempted suicide, if they haven't felt like anything is fun, or if they have not been interested in anything for the past 4 weeks. And then it also asks if the student would like to talk, and if they're like currently in distress, and then they could talk with like a counselor after, or social worker after the program is complete. And then it also asks them to identify trusted adults that they have in their lives. There have been 3 clinical trials that have evaluated the effectiveness of the Signs of Suicide program, and they've all used randomized control trials. And then also in each trial, the students were divided into 2 groups, one where they received programming, and then another group, which was a control group, where they didn't receive any programming at all. In the first clinical trial, the researchers had a sample of over 4,000 high school students, and they found that after 3 months, the students were 40% less likely to report a suicide attempt than before. And then in the second clinical trial, the researchers had a sample of about 400 students who were a mix between 5th and 8th grade, and found that those students were 98% less likely to report like any suicidal behaviors, plannings, or attempts after 3 months. And then in the third trial, the researchers had a sample of over 1,000 9th grade students, and found that the students were 64% less likely to report a suicide attempt after 3 months. So it's showing that according to the reports of the student, the program is effective at reducing and preventing suicidal attempts. I hope that everyone is doing well, and take care, and you have a fabulous weekend. Bye-bye.